What's up, and welcome to session 14 of Until Winter's End, our Daggerheart actual play podcast. I am your host and GM, Cameron Franklin, and with me as we stand in the rubble of our battle is, from West Coast, Best Coast, Emma. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. Can't complain. Little sleepy, but ready for a good game.
Nice. From twitch.tv/Locksteady is Locksteady. How you doing, Rob?
I Emma stole my answer. Good, but tired, but good. Excited to be here.
Then, from the Mushroom Kingdom, but not the one that you think of, is Tasha. How you doing?
I was like, what? Where are you going with that? Great. Got my blanket. I'm ready to go.
Nice. And then, he's got a cool poster in the background. I can't think of another location-based joke. This is always the struggle. Is Mike. How are you doing?
Dude, I love this. I love this thing. My favorite poster ever. I'm doing good. I just like everybody else, got a case of the sleepies, and not looking forward to hitting over 100 degrees in March starting tomorrow. So we'll be hunkering down.
Welcome
Have some
to
chat from
LA weather.
Yep, good old Phoenix
Damn, you
decides. Let's ramp it up.
You could have gone with sneaking in from a galaxy far, far away, and I'm a little disappointed.
Oh,
That's a fair. It's a fair criticism.
You can
I'll
say that
write
for
it
next
down.
time. Yep.
I'll
Save
write
for
it
next
down.
time.
And then, will the bad weather make her have to leave the session early? Is Mayfly.
Hello. I think I'm the most sleepy sounding of everyone, though, because I just woke up from a nap like 20 minutes ago. So, hello.
The
Details.
pre-TTRPG power nap. Love it.
Woohoo.
So, before we get into today's session, a couple house rules and housekeeping stuff as we get into the end of our tier 3 play. I told the players this before we started, but I am instituting a new house rule, kind of just based on how the game is going for us and that we're going relatively quickly compared to what a normal campaign would be. So there's a new house rule that is whenever a session starts, players gain up to a maximum of 2 hope. So if they're at 0 or 1 hope, they go to 2. But if they're at 3 or more, they gain no additional hope. And so this is just to make sure that when we get into combat situations like the one that we've been in the past couple weeks, the players have some amount of hope that they can use. And so, and it gives them time, and hopefully it gives them the ability to use their experiences more. That's something that like we haven't really gotten to use a lot of in our campaign. And so I think part of that has been because hope has been such a finite resource for us. So we're going to try that. We're going to see how it goes. Will we change this? Maybe. But we're going to try that for our last handful of sessions as we get into that. And then in chat, Sneaky says, can't remember the last time I rolled doubles. Shout out to Tasha in our D&D game that we were playing when she had advantage and rolled like three doubles on D20s. Like,
Yep. So if I don't roll any tonight, I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah. So, yeah, I was very impressed by the like. Oh, I rolled a critical in Daggerheart. Oh, cool. And I rolled another critical in Daggerheart. Like, it just kept happening, and so, but yeah. So we're gonna try that house rule. We'll see how it goes. Again, hopefully it'll give people. If nothing else, when we do get into combat, it'll give you more access to hope. And so, if not, it'll hopefully just let you do some more RP and stuff like that. And so, but, and then hopefully will make sense. I figure with me carrying over fear, y'all having some amount of hope to kick things off with would be a good idea. And so, but, with all of that. Last time our characters finished their battle against Ubleth, the Galapa, we'll say prophet, for lack of a better term, for what this group of enemies that y'all have been seeking out has been. I realized that I probably should have given them like a group name, at least for us to refer to them as, even if it wasn't like in world, but here we are. But they battled Galapa. Definitely not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's 2 orange ones, so legally can't be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so, and then during that battle, Imris was captured by one of the flicker flies, who flew her to the ceiling, and she did battle with that flicker fly off screen. Similar to Gandalf, took all the XP for killing the big enemy on her own, and then rejoined the battle at a later point in time, after having soloed. Huzzah. And so we ended the session with Imris. I believe I said surfing on the corpse of the flicker fly that she had defeated. And so
I love that so much.
And so I am kind and generous, and didn't make your character have explosive diarrhea. And that's why they had to sit out the battle. So
thank you.
That's a glass cannon reference for people that are playing along at home. And so with that, we ended like literally right as this battle ended. So let's do a quick around the group of how's your character doing post battle, how they feeling. I know we are some of us might be in like dire straits at the end of this fight, but how are we doing? Emma, why don't you reintroduce us to your character?
Hi, I'm playing Crinkles, who is an underborn fairy druid. She looks like a lunar moth, and she's not dead, but she's close to it. She's very tired.
And she has 2 hope. That's like about all to her name.
Yep. 2 hope and 2 HP. That's about it. That's all she's got.
Yeah. Rob, what about your character?
Beeman, despite being a little guy, the Flyborn Ribbit Nightwalker Rogue, you would think the whole thing about him would be avoiding the damage, and wouldn't you know, I largely did. My armor took a couple of solid hits, but overall, I'm mostly just exhausted from, all the horrible things that keep happening to people I care about.
Yeah. Come play TTRPGs. It'll be fun, they said. And then they hit you with the emotional damage. Tasha, how's your character?
I think she's doing great. She's stressed out apparently from the last time I see or marked anything. But yeah, no, I guess she's doing fantastic if she's surfing on the body of a corpse and is probably about to tie to her patron because she could definitely use some favors. And then she'll probably burn it because she's, a little fiery thing. Burn it all to the ground.
Mike, what about your character? Yeah, also, I posted the like druid chanting gif earlier. And I feel like that gif applies to so many things, and like it's such a good that's such a good meme. So, but Mike, how's your character?
Amber's okay. Surprisingly, beat up, but not terribly. I think there was a number of I would say Anar got lucky in some cases and got very, 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 very minor hits. But he's frustrated though. Super, super frustrated, borderline grumpy because he didn't hit well. And so he's feeling just all this training, all these things that he's doing, to be the tank and to be the frontline damage dealer, and he did squat. So like he's beat up and he's not happy.
And Mayfly, how is your character doing?
Would you know that being a blood hunter means you lose a lot of health, even if you don't mean to? Wild. 1 HP. You know, she's feeling it. She's trying to put her blood back into herself. Is it working? Probably not.
Is that how blood
She's
works?
trying.
Magic, who
Yes,
knows?
totally. It's totally how magic blood works. Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, put that blood back where it came from. Yep.
Or
Yep.
so help me.
Mm-hmm.
And I should say, meme of the week goes to Locke, for the meme of, that's King of the Hill, right? Of the
Pocket
throwing glitter
sand.
with the wolf head.
Pocket sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for our flavor of
Character flavor.
yeah, of Crinkle's
Pocket
vomiting
glitter.
as a wolf, and so A+ meme. So, but yeah, so we are again, fights literally just ended. What would y'all like to do?
Loot, tithe.
Pick up stuff.
Mhm.
And then I also, and I put this to everyone, all of our players. I reskinned Ubleth and like reflavored their abilities. If you, as a player, without looking at the books, can figure out what Ubleth was supposed to be, like what their stat block was, I will also give you an advantage that can carry over. So, so that's there as an option for all of you. And so, because I wanted to use a specific adversary, but it didn't fit with how I envisioned Ubleth, and so we reflavored it. So, but that's also out for the players. And so, yeah, so okay, so loot. So in terms of actual corpses, there's 3 in the room. There's the 2 adult flicker flies, which think dragonflies, but the size of a bus, or like a small house. And then there's Ubleth, our Galapa friend. The definitely not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that Ubleth summoned were made out of in energy, so like they didn't leave like literal corpses. And then there were these like firefly like things that Crinkles chain lightninged and killed all of them in one hit, and took away my fun. Like, 'cause I had things planned for the fireflies, but
Listen, you gotta
and
have a
so-
good AoE spell.
yeah. Yeah, and so those also didn't leave like a physical corpse, since they were also like energy type things. And so we'll say like, if we're thinking like Monster Huntery, like, yeah, as you like go, you can loot like the flicker flies, and you find like various pieces of like their carapace that is like usable as weaponry or armor or things like that. It's stuff that you would imagine you could find someone in the city to sell that to. And then when it comes to Ubleth, as you go and you loot her body, you do notice that on like her hands, really all that she's carrying or was carrying was like a staff. It doesn't seem overly special. And then she also had a rapier, which again also didn't seem overly special. She isn't wearing any armor since she's Galapa. She is the armor. And then, but yeah, as you look at her, you do notice there seems to be like scarring for what looks almost like burn marks, like on her hands.
Okay. After she's done digging and searching, she'll set up a like makeshift I don't know what like a ritual circle so she can tithe really quick and like be very salty about it as she's doing so.
Just a whole lot of sassafrasin.
Yeah, she's just like she's like whatever the chalk circle or salt circle, whatever she has to do, and then puts the coins on. Oh, I don't think they would stay on a turtle person if they're on the side. She's gonna put one on the forehead.
Yeah. It's the thought that counts. If I know anything about eldritch deities and monsters that would create packs for people's souls, it's that the fine print isn't that important.
Done. Well, then one coin on the forehead or the little snout, whatever's going to stay. And then she'll like give a big huff and then sit down and try to like meditate and tithe. Like, take this body.
While this is going on, you do notice that like there was this big portal that had appeared in the middle of the arena, kind of or in the sewers, not an arena, the battle arena, but in the middle as y'all had approached. And then in our like sewery idea, there was like the lava-like substance was like ebbing out from that point. As time passes, that the pulsing, the energy from that begins to like dissolve. It begins to lessen. It's not like going away, but it's like reducing. If it was a 10 maximum lava-like substance, it's becoming a 9. And so
Is it
as like the
like a lava
the
lamp
brightness goes
cooling down?
Yeah, that'd be a good way of thinking about it. It's like it seems almost like as it's as the magic is no longer active, it's cooling off. You could use that terminology to describe it. It's not like temperature hot like that, but like that analogy works really well.
Is the consistency changing at all, or just like the appearance?
Just the appearance. So like if you think about it as like to mix metaphors, like if you think of it as like a character is like has a laser, and like the laser, like however bright the laser is, that it's getting dimmer in that sense. So it's not like changing substance, but it is like lessening. And so as Imris is tithing, and as y'all see this, what would y'all like to do? Y'all
I can't do that.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't have
also
anything
don't know.
to do with the corpses. I've done my duty to make them corpses. Therefore,
my part was to
I did my
kill.
stabbing.
I did the stabbing. I attempted the blood magic. We're still learning how that works. She's gonna just lay on the floor.
Okay.
I mean, this is like a sewery, cavernous area.
Correct.
The best thing I can think of to do is look around to see if there's any mushrooms growing, to see if there's anything similar to what we got way back at the beginning, because there's other magic-y stuff around here.
Are you still Great Wolf or Dire Wolf or whatever?
I don't remember if I dropped it or not. I mean, if...
The wolf can pick mushrooms, it's fine. He's got paws.
Yeah. Or at least just sniff them out.
Yeah.
I was
that
going
was
to
more
say,
of what I
wolves
was
have
thinking.
better
Is
sense
like,
of
do you still
smell.
have the sniff?
Yeah, I would say I'm probably, if we just finished battle, I'm probably still a Grey Wolf. So I would probably stick in that and sniff around for him.
As like the smell of battle like lessens, and maybe you become able to pick things out, you do notice that there seems to be some, like, we'll say, different scents coming from like the opposite side of the pool. So like still on land, but like on land on the other side.
Am I able to get there without coming in contact with the goopy not lava?
Yeah, you could. There's some like rickety, like bridges basically that are going over the lava, and then it's also not unreasonable, like distance wise, to jump over. Like it would be something that you would have to jump, but it's not like I wouldn't make you roll for it. You could easily leap
Great.
over, and even
I
like
would
our humanoid
probably just-
people, y'all could leap
Yeah.
over without significant risk.
I would probably just jump over that and go check out that spot.
Okay.
And see what I find.
Yeah, so you make your way around. Are other people? Imris is tithing, but other people, as
Yeah, I would say observationally, I would notice that
Nose
she's
to
checking
the-
something out.
Nose
and-
to the stone, sniffing,
yeah,
doing that little
What is it, girl? What did you
sniffing,
find?
sniffing. All of the
did
sniffing.
Timmy fall down the well?
Lassie.
Aren't we all technically down the well?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we all the Timmy in this situation? And so as you or as y'all go and you make your way around, you do find there's kind of what more or less is a makeshift shack on the back. It's not a, like, even as far as like shacks built in the sewer go, it's not a very permanent structure. It looks very much like it was like just thrown together. And you do there's like a, I feel like calling it a door is generous. There's like it's a covering over it, and the smell is coming from inside. What would you like to do?
Crinkles would probably do the alert dog thing and like sit right by the front door as a very clear indicator that she's found something. Like the most obvious, here. This is the thing.
Marin is going to wait until Emrys is done with whatever Emrys is doing, and then she will stop laying on the blood-stained floor.
It doesn't take long
I'm
for
just
her to
gonna-
finish.
I'm just gonna call out to Andar and be like, "Hey, seeing this?"
Yeah, and Anders is kind of like, yeah, he's kind of like watching Emrys. He's watching Crinkles, and I think he's just kind of waiting to see what everybody else is going to do. They're kind of, yeah, he's kind of feeling like useless at the moment. So these just keeping an eye on everybody, make sure everybody's okay, and make sure everybody's safe, make sure everybody's taking care of themselves, make sure Crinkles is finding her mushrooms. So, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna slowly reach forward and try to pull the curtain to the side and see if I can see what's what in there. Very cautious.
Very cautiously.
Very cautious, very demure.
Yes. And so as you like pull the door open, we'll say the smell of what's inside begins to hit you more, potentially as something that was mixed in with the battle, and it smells like rot and decay in this room. And so you do find in here the corpse of a fawn, and you notice that part of of their body seems to have been perfect time to eat, Locke. Part of their body is covered in mushrooms, and then another part of their body seems to have been like magically pulled away. And you would recognize this as what you saw with Marin's coven when you saw them. Of like, it seems like for some reason this fawn's body isn't completely gone, but you would recognize like the effect of what is left without getting too graphic about like what you see. And so
And are the mushrooms of any, I don't know why I'm on this same mental track, but are they similar at all to what we got initially?
yeah, you would recognize them as the same mushrooms that were
Okay.
from the or same type of mushroom that's from that delivery way back in tier 2.
Yep.
I say that like that was like more than one tier ago, but like, you know.
Last time on.
Whole other lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flashback scene, the crates filled with mushrooms, pulsing energy on the wall from the mushrooms. So
Yep.
So, once again, just calling out to the group, kind of. So, guys, more mushrooms and dead stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not a
dead
great
stuff.
scene.
And Cricket will get up and flit over there.
I imagine like the most awkward like roll as Marin like gets up off the ground from
Yeah.
like, I'm on my way, everyone.
Wait, there's this. Wait, let me see.
Hope you're there in 10 minutes.
Like she like inchworms her way over.
She's still bleeding out. She's just like laying face first on the ground and flitting her wings an inch every 30 seconds.
All
Yeah.
right. Wait a minute. Emrys is going to get up and kick Ubleth's corpse and then go over to Marin and just like tap the shoulder. Like, just, I won't burn you.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Hello, land. Here, probably not my head. Here, land somewhere and we'll head over.
I'm like 3 foot tall.
Piggyback.
Okay? Piggyback.
Okay, Marin will piggyback.
Put you in my backpack. Marin is like the New York City subway dogs that you have to have in a
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Yes.
I just saw a thing for that today.
The entire time she's like, I'm totally fine, guys. Like half unconscious. I'm totally good.
You're bleeding on me.
You're bleeding on me.
I could
No,
use
stop
this
dripping on me.
later.
Stop dripping on me.
This is useful blood.
Okay.
So,
I wonder if I can cauterize because I have flame. Could I cauterize some wounds?
this goes into what we discussed in like session 0 of like, what is the nature of your fire? Like, of like, is it like we haven't gotten into like a true like stealth situation with where you were the one stealthing, but like it gets into the like, does your fire give off light? Does it give you, because like mechanically you don't have disadvantage on stealth, but like
Right. But it does give off a bright light if I attach it to a weapon.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Maybe it's controlled light.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I feel like she can control when she can burn something and when she can't.
Well,
But she's
do
offering
you
to
want-
cauterize if you
Yeah.
need
Do you
help.
want to attempt to cauterize a wound?
I would figure I would know how.
Oh my god, do it and then you kill me.
Oh my god.
Then we get to experience the death save.
Yeah, the death saving throw.
It's true, we do.
Do it.
We do.
Just for Mike.
Just from
I'm scared now.
No, do it. Do it, do it, do it.
She would.
I have
want to hurt
no
her
healing
friend?
equipped, so don't come running to me. I am saying this now as a druid. I have no healing equipped.
You sound like me
Either.
every time I
I
play a
chucked my
cleric.
only potion, so good luck.
This is not making me feel better.
Oh wait, I have a health potion.
Okay, so back up. I will force it down. I will force you to drink it. If you're
Immediately
dying.
clear.
I would
one-
like to attempt to carterize then.
okay.
My outfit all dirty.
So we'll say then, if Marin is okay with you attempting to carterize, which seems like they are.
Yep.
Yep. So I am going to say that this is something that you can do on limited occasion, and it would like stop her from bleeding out. And you're going to do a roll here, and that roll is going to be what is the nature of the scar that you are leaving on Marin.
Oh yeah.
So
Make it
Oh,
bruised.
hell yeah.
So, better result, the cooler the scar, as you and Marin define cool. And
Hell
then
yeah.
the worse it is, the less cool the scar,
Damn it.
as I define less cool.
I feel like to some degree you got to
cool.
consider it like finger painting. It's basically like a brand tattoo kind of thing going on at this point.
Ooh,
Just
yeah.
how
I have an
badly you
idea.
mess it up.
Yeah, I have an idea of like what she's trying to do. Okay. Do I add anything to this or
Let me check. Like
And
check my
using my health
note.
potion, and this is just a fun extra.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Since you have a health potion, I'm taking away the chance of this
Ooh,
killing you.
4. I got a maximum of 4 on a D4.
Nice. I'll say that this is either finesse or knowledge.
Okay.
Like finesse and like the ability to like to go to a word from a different game, to be dexterous, to do like a very specific task. Because one of the words for finesse is tinker. Or then like knowledge of the way of like, hey, medically, you're figuring out what part needs to be closed. So
I
okay.
have dope
So-
finesse, but I don't know how much that helps you.
I have better or my knowledge is better, but if we want to take it a step further, I don't know.
Nah, just do
How
what
much
you
time?
do what Emrys
I get
thinks
I
will
get a
be cool.
bonus if I can reach out to my patron and be like, hey, because knowledge is one of her spheres of influence, and so that gives me an extra 3.
Do it.
Cool. Been a favor. And I'm gonna reach out and like she has this image in her mind of like the scar she wants to hopefully replicate on Marin if she's able to, and hoping that her patron can give her some knowledge of like, okay, it needs to be like this in order to actually heal, and it's gonna look really cool afterwards.
Hell yeah.
So it's my knowledge and then plus the extra
yes.
that I get from my patron, right? Okay.
I love that face.
Well, okay. 10 total. I'm glad that I reached out. But it's with, I don't know, fear.
Okay.
It's with fear.
So you leave you're able to cauterize the wound, and for now you leave a red, just like a red mark as the wound heals. We will reveal at a future time what
Cool.
mark this was that you
Oh,
left
great.
on Marin.
You left me one of the cult symbols. You didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I was hoping to leave one of my symbols. At least you're not bleeding anymore. So.
Thanks, friend.
Yes. Not actively bleeding.
She's still gonna keep piggybacking though. She's not.
Oh, that's
she's
fine.
not getting off.
That's cool.
So I'm making my note that I have to come up with a cool scar that this leaves. And by cool, I mean funny for me. So. Okay. Okay, so with that, Imris and Marin make their way over to Crinkles and the Bee-Man, I believe. Andar, are you following along now?
Yes.
And then now that y'all are all over at this the body of this fawn, or what remains of this fawn, is there anything that y'all would like to do over here?
And are you of a stick? Poke it.
Yeah.
That's fine. So yeah, I will do that. I'll step up and take my sword and poke it.
As you poke it, the body shifts, and you see like small tendrils of magic like reach out towards what remains of the pool where the portal was.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
It kind of looks like what happened with Shane and Faye.
Oh, because wasn't there tendrils that like grabbed them and like pulled them?
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I believe Crinkles had done something, and it like sent out a pulse through the
I had done
tendrils, and that's what woke up the
Yeah,
other monsters that were there.
like a healing
Oh, guys, there's
land.
more monsters. Don't, Crinkles. I appreciate your skills.
I'm still
Do
a
not
wolf.
send out a pulse.
I'm still a
I'm not
wolf.
doing
Oh,
anything.
oh,
I'm
they
still a
know.
wolf. I'm
They're
not
talking
doing
to the
anything.
wolf. They're talking to the wolf.
I'm
Good,
like,
Wolfie.
she just shrugs and goes, "Ugh." I wasn't gonna do anything.
Is there other than the tendrils, like is there anything else within the fawn corpse and the mushrooms that stands out to us at all?
Are you gonna like look through, like try to like loot the corpse, basically? Tasha.
Listen, the more I can tie to my patron, the better. That she'll be just happier, then I will be happier because
Okay.
I get boosts later.
Okay, yeah. So so kind of think of it as like a half like moving things like with the sword, like to kind of like spread things out just a little bit more, and then if need be, like getting in there with my paws. And that is a sentence I didn't know I would utter. And
Yeah, I did not
just,
plan on us trying to cauterize our wound either today. So, like,
right. I mean, here we are. Here we are. Yeah. So and then just kind of like sifting through things and seeing if we notice anything.
Yeah. So as you look through, you do find what isn't damaged of their clothing, and you're able to identify it as like wealthier looking clothes. Like it looks like it would have been nicer prior to all of this happening, and you're not able to locate like a weapon on them. Like it doesn't seem like they were armed based on what you can find. As you kind of look through, like the mushrooms seem to like almost like fall off the body, as if like they're like releasing it. So
I'm gonna take the mushrooms and push them with the sword, kind of like back towards Crinkles.
Okay.
So wherever Crinkles is near me, I'm gonna kind of like take them and shove them, and just be like, "These are yours." And I'll just it'll relate to the group what we see with the clothing and all that. Anybody have thoughts?
Kinkles
You
will
think
casually
all
just
the-
sniff the mushrooms and give them a quick checkout.
Yeah, they smell like normal mushrooms.
Great. She'll eat one.
Death.
Insta death.
Just a death.
Permadeath.
Yeah. There's not like a constitution equivalent in this game. I guess it would just be strength. Give me a strength check.
Where's my tab for this? There's my tab for this. Okay, I don't remember if this matters for this or not, but it's with hope.
Okay.
And it is 17.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and get your hope. And so as you bite into this mushroom, it does taste rancid. Like while it smells normal, it does not taste normal. And you're able to not like instantly upchuck the mushroom. But you do get something tells you should not try to digest this.
It's like a cat who has a hairball. It's like that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then, like,
So-
after a couple of times, it just ends up on the floor.
Yeah.
And then she just does the when a dog shakes off water after getting wet. Just like one of those.
Yeah.
And then just shakes her head at everyone going, not good.
Not recommended.
Not suggested. Very much in like a 90-pound, actually it's more like 180-pound dire wolf looking thing.
Feel like, especially if we don't immediately recognize the clothing to be like someone specific, we should try to collect enough of it to take back with us to be like, I don't know who we found, but we found, well, we didn't find him, but you know, this used to be someone.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you're able to gather enough scraps that like you could like show it to the officers in charge or something and like report it as a missing person. And so we'll also say that y'all generally would remember enough of how to get here that y'all could report like where this area was, even though it was kind of in a hidden spot. So within the sewers.
There's nothing else in the shack that stands out. No, like, is there markings, papers, circle on the floor, nothing else?
No, there's no like big light up arrow that says go here. And so yeah, there seems to be nothing else specifically identifying in this little shack area.
No yellow paint on the walls marking handholds.
Yeah.
My 2 cents, we grab a couple of these mushrooms for testing purposes, and obviously the scraps of cloth we got, and maybe it's time we be not here anymore.
So, quick question though, because we never did take a good look at. So refresh my memory, because I'm trying to think back to last week, and I know we talked about it. The hole in the ground. It was a portal, right?
Yeah.
And it's still there's the lava-like substance flowing into it.
It
Or
was
is it coming
it was flowing
out?
out. Yeah.
Flowing out. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the portal doing now? Is it still flowing out?
So that's the part that's been like cooling off as y'all have been
Okay.
here longer and longer. So like it is still flowing out, but like the energy that is coming out of it is lessening more and more. It was the most intense as y'all think back to when you saw the hands reach up through it, and they grabbed the relics that Ubleth had. And then since then, it's been cooling off. And like I said, and even more so now that Ubleth isn't here. You have not seen anything go in or out of the portal either.
Okay.
I believe since
Yeah.
I believe the flicker flies came out of the portal, and they remained after the hands reached through. You haven't seen anything go in or out since then.
Okay. For funsies. After seeing Triggle's reaction to the mushroom and being like, no, these are nasty, Andar's just going to pick one up, chuck it in the portal.
Okay.
Not expecting any reaction at all. This is more just like a curiosity thing just to see if it's even going to do anything. But yeah.
So as you go and you throw the mushroom onto the portal, you notice wherever like that mushroom landed, there is a coloration change within that part of the pool, and it seems to go more like if it was like 100% opaque before, it goes down to like 90% opaque. So it like clears up like a little bit where that mushroom landed.
And does the mushroom like go through it? Does it just sit on top of it? And what's the mushroom do?
So it's great question. It sits on top, and then eventually, we'll say it like dissolves into it.
Okay.
And then it becomes like back to 100% opaque.
Okay.
Bless you.
Now I want to throw something big on it.
What a coincidence. We have the flicker fly and Ubleth.
No, do not disturb Ubleth for at least
Okay.
10 more minutes. And then I don't care what to do with them.
For
I'm
at
just
least
curious,
one tithe
like-
of time.
So I'm going to relay about the whole opaque thing to the group and just kind of be like what I noticed when I threw the mushroom in. And so now my curiosity is just piqued enough. Like, if you throw something bigger and heavier, does it get even more opaque?
But take a step back.
Beeman, come here. Boom.
You wanted to use your frog tongue more. This is
Right.
the perfect time.
Or
Fastball special was
eat
not
it,
what I had.
It's a big bug.
Yeah.
So you just eat it.
Yeah. So the flicker fly is like huge. So like I don't necessarily think y'all would be able to like put like the literal whole flicker fly on it, but you could definitely like finagle some portion of it, and put that on the portal if that's what you wanted to do. Like you would kind of position yourselves and then like push it in.
Oh, let's do it. Come on. We're having fun.
Yeah,
Give the
I'm
old
in.
group roll.
For
Yeah, I'm
science.
for it. Let's do
Hell
it.
yeah.
for science.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. So after a little bit of time, you're able to get some portion of the carapace, the carcass, whatever, a leg or something. and you're able to kind of all maneuver it over to the side. We have like all of y'all in a line. And Emma, how long does Wild Shape last? Also, by the way, I don't know if we have an ETA on what that is, but is it indefinite?
I can drop it at any time. While transformed, I cannot use weapons or cast spells from domain cards, but I can still use other features or abilities I have access to. It just says you can drop out of it at any time.
Okay. I was just curious if you were like on
Yeah.
a clock. That's why I was asking.
No.
But
It's the only
so
related thing is drop it at any time. So
then y'all are all as a group. Maybe you are all like in a line by height or something as you are like picking up the leg, and our shorter members are on like the lower side, the taller members are on the other side, but everyone's helping equally for sure.
Yep.
And y'all are able to get the leg separated, and you're able to like heave it into the pool. The part of the flicker fly sits there for a moment, and then it begins to be pulled through, similar to what y'all saw with Prudence and the Coven. Compared to, it's a different process than the mushroom, whereas like the mushroom dissolved out, this looks like the leg is like being pulled into the pool. It does not look good.
The opacity change again?
It does not.
Okay.
So
I think it's because it was dead. I mean, like, I know we pulled the mushroom off, but like they're not like immediately dead, right? Like,
I mean, or there's something about the mushroom that makes it different from just a standard corpse, you know?
Taste is
also
terrible.
a fair point.
Which, so by extension, the flicker fly would have tasted good, but now you never know.
Yeah,
because you threw it in the portal.
Yeah.
Weren't there two?
Yes, there are. There's plenty of flicker fly.
I could definitely go take a bite of flicker fly if I really wanted to.
Anybody want to start a fire? We can have some grilled flicker fly.
My great grandfather used to eat fried grasshoppers. I don't know.
They're a good source of protein, actually.
crickets are pretty good. You can get them seasoned.
Yeah.
No.
All right, group bonding. We're all going to eat a tarantula on stream. You guys ready?
No, I crossed the line at tarantula. I love them too
I
much.
will leave so fast.
I'm arachnophobic. Even if it's dead, I'm not touching.
100%. Nope, not happening.
Nope.
I
So
draw the line at dead cockroaches under my desk.
yeah.
Which is fair.
That's fair.
You'll
That's
have
fair.
seen
Yeah.
two similar but different reactions. One from the mushroom that changed the opacus, made it less opaque. There we go. And then kind of dissolved into the pool. And then you had the piece of the flicker fly that was like pulled through the portal in a way that didn't, that like, again, similar to like what happened with Marin's cousin or coven. There we go. Where like their bodies were like pulled through and all that remained was bones.
I don't know what to do with that, to be honest.
What happens if we touch it? Has anybody touched it?
See, legit was thinking that.
Yeah.
Because like, what if something living went into it?
Right.
But then I was worried, like, if something was dead and it got sucked in, and all that was left was bones, like, would that same thing happen to a live person? Where
Would it fry our fingers off if we touched it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, I can
Wasn't-
find out.
Wasn't the coven member not fully dead yet when we found him and they got slurped?
You are correct. The coven members were like were alive when
I'm gonna vote no.
No.
no on touching the portal.
Or I'll tell you what, we're in a sewer. There's got to be rats, right? If you really want to throw something live in it,
Oh,
Can I sniff
Go
around?
I've been around
Rats?
sewers. There's rats.
Somebody find the legally distinct Master Splinter.
Yeah. So you find a rat. He's covered in goo. I'm sure it's fine.
Gonna go sniffing around looking for a rat. Gonna grab it to the best of my ability, come back, and chuck it into the portal.
Yeah. So similar process to the flicker fly. It gets like, we'll say like torn apart by the portal as it gets pulled through.
I feel like that confirms it's the mushrooms that trigger the greatest reaction.
So is it
Can
a
I?
one-way
Okay.
portal? Like stuff
Wait,
can
wait.
come up and out, but not down and in?
Yeah. It's additional thought. Because the mushrooms were growing on the dead deer. I would like to pull out the carcass of the dead deer and chuck that in.
So
Because
also to clarify, fawn as a sentient
Or fawn,
species.
Oh,
Like,
okay, never
yeah,
mind.
like not
I
as
mean,
like
I
a
could
deer
do it.
fawn, but as the
I have no
ancestry,
qualms.
the ancestry
understand.
fawn.
I
I was thinking
I
like
did
an
not. I straight up thought
actual-
you meant deer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Like
Yeah.
half of a fawn, like a deer covered in mushrooms.
No, yeah. So to go through or to provide more detail. Yeah, this was a humanoid creature, like Daggerheart ancestry fawn.
Throw it in.
And so
It's dead anyway.
Right?
Might as well throw it in.
And it's covered in mushrooms.
It's covered in mushrooms, and the mushrooms had the most drastic response.
In hindsight, this very much explains the high society clothing. I was very confused why a deer was just
why it was dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that the clothing was a separate thing altogether.
Same. I
You
was just like,
know?
oh, they sacrificed somebody. They sacrificed a deer. Mushrooms were made. It's a weird little shack. I don't know what they're doing in this.
It's a weird little scenario, but I'll go along with it. Yeah. Okay. I'm sticking to my initial thought of chucking this fawn into the portal because we've done that with a flicker fly anyway.
I feel like we got to swear each other to secrecy on this one. Hey, we found the corpse of your loved one, and we definitely didn't throw it into a portal made of goo.
Absolutely not.
You might as well just burn the clothes now so it doesn't
Sure,
get
it's
traced back
fine.
to us that we threw it in the portal.
I don't know what happened to him.
I'm burning those
Who knows, man? I was an ancient species of dog. Okay.
Is this our own version of Yellow Jackets we're having right now? Is that what's
Okay. So y'all are taking what remains of the corpse, and y'all are going to like position it by the portal, and you are going to like push it in or drop it in. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I like Locke's comment. This week took a turn. I was like,
Oh, there's the
So-
wind.
yeah. And so as you are able to get what remains of their body over to the portal and you're able to put it in, you do notice two things happen. One is what remains of like their biological self gets pulled in, but as that's happening, out of the mushrooms, like the tendrils go out into the portal, and they are able to reduce and make it like clear so that you can see through a portion of the portal.
Do you see anything of note, or is it just to the underside and to a bunch of stone?
There's nothing. I'm kidding. And so, as you go and you look through it, you do notice what looks to be, we'll say, very large footprints, like leading through a mountain, like a mountainy area. It looks like the footprints are walking away from the portal. And you do recognize in the distance a mountain that's located northeast of Vathia, in the same mountain range that y'all crossed earlier to get to Lower Moonhold, like a far north mountain on that mountain range.
I am just
I mean, is
imagining.
this the point where we jump in? I don't know.
No.
Still voting no.
Damn it.
I am just imagining
I
the
like
other
my
end of
skin.
this portal as like we just smash cut to the other end of this portal in the mountains somewhere. No one's there, just a bunch of footprints, and randomly part of a bug leg comes out, a dead fawn person comes out, just like a bunch of random things start showing up in this portal that no one's there to witness. Definitely, I vote not going into it.
Yeah. I'll say the portal does begin to close as time passes. It's like probably only gonna stay open for like a minute total. So, and then also that's the peaks of Vasgali, is the mountain range that y'all crossed earlier, and so we kind of went through and named that after the fact. So, but.
Okay, well, I mean, at least we maybe know where this is coming from. That's something.
Yeah.
Or a spot to
Yeah,
start.
I definitely feel safer walking over there than trying to jump through the goo.
Fine,
Yep.
man. We'll walk.
I mean, you're welcome to jump through.
Immediately, I kill Marin.
Yeah.
No, you're still on Emers's back.
That's true.
So
I am
she's
still on
like,
Emers's back.
Holding
he's
tight.
clutching you a little bit tighter and be like, no, go to
No,
sleep. Shh.
bad fairy.
Bad fairy.
Ties the top of the backpack.
Yeah. It's the FBI bag over Marin's head. Like, you are
Yeah.
not looking in the
Yeah.
portal. We do not trust you to not jump in.
Fair enough. Okay, well then what's the plan now? Because we kind of know where we're going. So what do we do from this point?
Take a bath.
That
Fall
sounds nice.
asleep.
Maybe a nap as well.
Mhm.
We have been hanging
long
out in a
one?
sewer. I feel like a nap and a bath are definitely in order.
Yeah.
In
It's
that
probably
order, by
been-
the way.
Kind of want some
Yeah.
pizza.
It's kind of been over an
I could go with some
hour
pizza.
since the battle ended, like in terms of y'all going through and doing all of this stuff. And so y'all have probably, like, between coming in and searching and the battle itself and then now this, y'all have probably been down here for like 3 to 4 hours. So kind of the like the weird TTRPG time where like the battle that took 30 seconds took like a session and a half, but then the next hour took like an hour real time. Like,
Yep.
so
The way it translates to real world time is
Yeah.
weird.
So if y'all want to head out, you can head out. And so if y'all want to make your way to bathe, sleep, eat, these are all things that y'all could do if that is the direction that y'all want to go.
I think that's
Are we
smart.
are we just heading back to Emers's place? Because we kind of, since that's where this all started at 4 a.m.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, it did. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Wonder if
It's probably like 5 or it's probably like 8 in the morning. Like, since y'all all like
Wonder if that
showed up at
coffee's still-
Imris's.
Oh
like-
yeah, and
Our
I had
sleep
been
schedules
up
are gonna
all
be
night, so I've
so
been up for like
messed up.
36 hours at this point. Okay,
Yeah.
Crickles
remember
is
this
starting to
now.
hallucinate.
Ugh. Crinkles is still in her dog wild shape form, but is like walking a little like wobbly all the way back. Very clearly exhausted, but it makes it look like she's a little bit tipsy.
Mhm.
I mean, we can have a sleepover at our place.
Sleepover.
I think we just crashed at Emeris's place at this point.
Yep.
Go to the bathhouse, and then go take a nap.
Someone will find
Yeah.
coffee.
Feels safest at this point anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Safety numbers.
Yeah.
As y'all probably looking pretty gross, just in terms of smelling pretty gross after the battle and then sewer time, all of that. You definitely notice people begin to like walk on the other side of the street from y'all as you make your way through. You do notice a missing poster for a fawn named Jocelyn.
Wow, that's crazy. That's so weird.
And
Poor her.
There was a
Man, I
reward.
wonder what happened to her?
On.
Listen,
You
no
could've
one
got the
stopped me. No
Y'all
one
had to
stopped
throw.
me.
Fawn or Jocelyn.
Did Emrys actually
Jocelyn?
burn the clothes? Maybe we can still cash it.
No, no, because you're gonna want a body. They're like, well, why do you have the clothes? Like, no.
We
I
found him
know
in a pile
enough.
of goo in the sewer. That's totally
He threw
believable,
the
right?
body
Yeah.
into a mysterious death portal. We needed to
I don't-
test some stuff. I don't know
I
what
don't
else
understand.
to say.
The
We had to
future
conduct
will say
science
that
on the
science
middle
was worth it.
Science was on the line.
No.
We had a hypothesis
authority
that we had to
figure.
test.
We had to test it.
No, Emra's burned those clothes. She knows better. Some of her clients
She's done
are.
enough crime in her life.
It's that, but then the clients. She's had their stories. She knows. She's
You
learned.
know what they say? The first 48 hours are the most important.
Yep. Yep. Well, now Jocelyn may she rest in peace, and you'll never ever find her.
Yeah, I do like how we went from we're going to remember where the body is, take some scraps of clothes so that we can direct people to find this, to now we're hiding all the evidence.
I try to be a good person.
Yes. Yeah, this is not the B-Man story of like, I'm trying to get away from my life
I
of
just
crime.
do whatever
Immediately falls
whimsies
in with a
come
group of
across
criminals.
me.
I'm a
Heart of
very
gold
impressionable
criminals,
little
but-
guy. I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
It's not easy being green.
Is it?
yeah. Say, what color is B-Man? Do you have a color? I imagined him purple.
You know, I was like, I'm going to get like a general vibe on the little action figure guy, and then I'll figure it all out from there. And then I never figured it out from there. So yeah, I guess he's green because that's what color the figure is. I mean, I think originally I was thinking I would want him to be like a darker color, like one of the more like dark brown kind of toad looking colors. But like, I don't know. I'm a frog. I feel like I have
I'm
to
a
be
frog.
green, like it's in the rule book, right?
100%
We
frog.
can make you like poison dart frog blue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nope, sold. I'm blue. I'm not green. I'm blue.
Okay,
Nice.
so you got him. 14 sessions in, we're finally figuring out what our characters look like. Perfect. I'm proud of us. It's been like 8 months, 7 months.
You know.
It's fine.
So y'all are able to all make your way to Imrizit and Marin's apartment. The space, of course, is way too small for the 5 of you, but you are all able to get in. Imris and Marin, do y'all like have a shower in or like a bathtub space in the apartment, or do you think it's like a communal like bathhouse situation? Like, is it like a shared bathroom or shower facility? Like, is it a dorm or is it a apartment situation?
I would assume apartment.
Yeah, I was thinking apartment. But we at least have. I mean, it's probably like a 2-bed, 1-bath.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
2-bed, 1 full bath.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have the now extremely awkward moment of like everyone standing around as the other people go and bathe all the gunk and sewer stench off of them. And I'm sure it takes way longer as like we see the time pass. And then as this is going on, is there anything specific y'all are discussing? Any ideas, theories, plans, anything like that y'all would like to be doing? Y'all have discovered that the portal was for some reason activated by the mushrooms, and then that the bodies, both living and dead, were pulled through it in, we'll say, a violent manner.
I don't know. I think the biggest lead we have is going to that mountain. I kind of don't know anything other than that. Whatever it is, it's taking life energy. It feels like it needs that, or like whatever's in the mushrooms, I guess, if you want to call it that.
I feel like we definitely should report that tossing these mushrooms into the goo made it portally. But I think our next action should for sure be to head towards the area that we saw through that portal and try to see, whatever we could find between here and there, obviously. But I don't know what else we would do, but investigate the other end of the portal at this point.
Were the footsteps we saw, the footprints we saw, were they moving away from the portal? Is that what we said?
Yes, they looked like they were heading towards the mountain.
Okay.
Like,
so not that the footsteps are going to be there when we get there, but at least it gives us a lead to kind of be like, go that way.
Yeah. And to clarify, like the visual, it's not like the portal was like at the base of the mountain and then it was going up. It was like the portal was like on part of the mountain and you could see the rest of the mountain. So
I assume the orientation of the portal was like horizontal and we were seeing down towards the ground, right? That was kind of what I took from the description, and not like vertical and seeing forward.
You would have been seeing
or was it vertical?
Forward. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like it would, yeah.
So it would have been an orientation change for us then, because we're looking down.
So like as you look through,
you
would, so like your eye line as you looked down would have seen what looked to be right side up. But from where you were standing, it looked like the floor like would have curved, if that makes sense. Like your floor was here, you looked through the portal, and then the floor was here on the other side of the portal.
Yeah, so we would have jumped into the portal and come out right side up.
Maybe.
Basically.
Or maybe you would have ended
up This is like Portal the game physics.
Yes, yeah.
That we're talking about at this point.
Like our portal was on the floor, but the exit was on the wall kind of deal, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Okay, who are you reporting this to? Who are you kind of explaining that this is what's going on? And then, yeah.
Do we actually really want to report this, though?
Well,
no.
I'm just thinking, like,
there is we don't know who's involved in the conspiracy factor of it all.
There were a lot of bigwigs at the shindig you're whatever place we were at with your people.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Which that is a byproduct of high society, though. It may be unrelated.
Right.
My thinking in potentially reporting it, if that is what we should choose to do, is because we have brought a whole ton of these back into the city. There's a lot of these mushrooms all over the place at this point. Sprinkles was growing some. They had them at the stockyard. They had them at the Vel receiving facility.
Don't want to cause pandemonium? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking like we report them to somebody higher up, and then it's not our call whether or not the pandemonium ensues. You know,
Yeah.
we should not run the streets yelling "throw out the mushrooms," but certainly, you know, I think there's a great risk to. It's basically like a surprise backdoor. If we don't tell anyone that these things can do this, we don't necessarily know exactly how this works. Obviously, in this case, we determined throw mushroom in portal becomes portal. But that doesn't necessarily mean there's not other ways to activate them, or that like maybe they could start producing the goo and create a portal wherever they happen to be. We just don't know.
One giant citywide portal. It's gonna swallow
I was more
the
thinking
entire
isolated
city.
pockets of surprise attack, but that is also a fear now. Thanks for that.
Yes.
I'm just
Sure
here
would
to
be a shame if
Cameron
the whole city
ideas.
vanished into portal.
I mean, it's running through the sewers. It could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want you guys to think I'm cool. So whatever you decide, I'm going to go along with, as has been proven tonight. But I would recommend that we tell somebody.
Yeah, and I get your point. Like, it makes a lot of sense. My concern is if we tell somebody that we don't know is connected to all of this, and we head out to that portal, the other side of that portal, does that
to be walking straight into an ambush,
right? Like, at this point, because we now know there's another side of the portal, do we technically have a little bit of the element of surprise? There's no one knows really that we know. So do we use the element of surprise on our behalf and just go out to the portal, see what we see, and then report back? Like, bring more evidence back? Or do we hand over the evidence we have, still go out, and still hopefully, if we make it quick enough, still hopefully have the element of surprise and not walk into a potential ambush?
Yep. And so, for clarity, like your round trip for going there would probably be several months. So, like, you would be talking about like several weeks to get there, and then several weeks to get back. Like, I think when y'all went to Moonhold, it took you 3 weeks to get there.
That's right.
And then this would be farther.
Yeah,
away
I forgot about that.
So, so just something to keep in mind as y'all try to figure this out. Like,
farther or closer?
Farther. It's farther north.
Because the peaks are. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So basically,
the peaks are between Avathia and Moonhold, but I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
So basically, like Moonholt's here, Avathia's here. The peak runs through the middle, or the mountain range runs through the middle. So y'all like went up and down. This would be farther, like the northern side of the mountain range. So like the same set of peaks. Same set of peaks, but it would not be like the same portion you crossed earlier. It would be a different part of the mountains.
As much as I'm on board with the not getting caught in an ambush aspect of just going, I feel like the amount of time it's going to take kind of makes me err more towards
telling
we got to include somebody we trust. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and now that you bring that up, like the time aspect does add like a whole other layer to this, and that a lot could happen while we're gone.
Yeah.
And if we didn't tell anybody, that's on us.
Especially because we're technically like a task force right now.
I was gonna say, what about what's her face?
Lady Amanita?
I was saying,
yeah, definitely think Lady Amanita.
Yeah, that was my inclination.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop like just a quick visual in our group chat. Again, we've been using like one of the default maps, so don't take the map as law, but like just kind of a quick visual for y'all of the difference in the journey that we're talking about. And so,
Got it.
Yeah. That's real different.
Yeah. Okay.
so, and then like you could also report where you're going, but not the mushroom side of things, not the portal side of things. That's definitely something that y'all could do. You could withhold some portion
Let's
of the
say we have a
information.
lead that leads to this area.
It might be good to mention the mushrooms to someone.
I vote Amanita.
Yeah.
She was the one that brought us in to sort things out in the first place, which in my mind lessens the probability that she's on the get us murdered side.
Wrong side of things.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose if we were meant to be the sacrifice ultimately, that's a possibility, but
I don't know. If Cameron's
far-
anything like me, then she's exactly the wrong person. If Cameron's story brain works anything like mine, she's gonna betray us at the very last second.
I'm not gonna lie, that's sort of been my thinking the entire time, but my character I don't think would think that way, so I'm trying really hard not to think that.
I mean, she has a really cool hat. Would someone with a really cool hat betray people?
Yes.
Absolutely. I don't think that's even a hat. I think that's a separate entity that has taken over her mind, like the mind slugs from Futurama. Okay, that's where I'm at as a human being. But
The B
as a
man
tiny
does not
frog
think
man,
that,
I
but
trust the
Rob-
mushroom lady.
Rob thinks
Yeah,
doesn't think
for reals. Plus, I don't know. Maybe betrayed will make for a really good story moment. Who knows? Far be it from me to undermine the dramatic twist.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
firmly
Andar,
on team tell someone. The who is still up for debate, obviously, but I'm firmly on team tell someone.
I think Andar is too. Like he's, and I would agree with your line of thinking that like I think Andar would lean towards Lady Amanita makes the most sense because she's the one who started this whole journey. We've already been reporting back to her at various points, so it
Giving
kind of
her
makes
info.
yeah, like we've already done it. Like
Yeah.
at this point, like if she wanted to betray us and kill us, she probably could have, and she still could. But
Plus, I think from
at
a
this
hierarchy
point,
standpoint,
yeah,
like we would need the dispensation, so to speak. Like we got to go to the boss and say, "Hey, we're gonna go check this thing out. It's part of what you tasked us to do, but we're gonna go do it now."
and in the
As
grand
opposed
scheme
to
of
just
things,
vanishing into the.
right. In the grand scheme of things, too, like who else would we report to? There's nobody else that we've really, throughout this entire thing, have gone back to and have reported anything else to. It's typically been her, so might as well
Yeah.
keep that rolling.
Crinkle's parents on the mushroom farm.
I mean, Crinkles would probably still tell her parents. Oh, we're going back to the mountains, guys. See you later. Don't eat the mushrooms. Stop selling the mushrooms. They're a no-go. Don't spread them around. They taste terrible.
Personal experience.
Personal
Yeah.
experience, yeah.
Don't ask me why I know that.
No.
I make questionable decisions.
Has anyone died from eating these mushrooms?
There have
Lately?
not been reported deaths that you're aware of.
Okay. Okay. Or major.
But there have been a
food
lot of
poisoning?
reported disappearances, which brings me back to the brain slug.
This is also a valid call out. Okay. So the plan is that y'all are going to go talk to Lady Amanita, tell her some version of what happened, and then basically get her go ahead to head into the mountains to go and investigate this thing that she may or may not know why. May not know why, the specifics of why you're going to this area, just that y'all have a lead there. Correct. Also in chat, Locke calls out, not the version where we tossed a corpse in the goo pond. Yeah, not the version where the person on all the wanted posters that y'all discovered her body and then threw her in the goo pond.
In fairness, we discovered the posters after we'd already done the goo thing, so really, who could blame us for that? Yeah, I mean that's my vote. Is we say, hey, we investigated the sewer because we thought we had a lead on the missing persons, and while we didn't find missing persons per se, we did find what we believe to be a lead. Exactly. We did find what we believe to be a lead as to what's going on, and we would like to go investigate that lead further.
Is she's back in Avathia though anyway, so wouldn't we have to, do we have a way to like, are we sending a letter? But we're headed back that way once we go to the mountains, so why don't we just head back there?
You're in Avathia right now.
Oh, wow. Why did I think we were, I don't know. Okay, never mind. We're
We're at
good.
our
I
apartment.
was gonna say that's exactly where we are.
Great. Love it.
You're still struggling with the fact that you've got 1 HP. It's okay.
I don't
Blood
actually.
loss does weird things to people's memory.
Okay, so y'all go and you are able to meet with her. You give her again some version of the breakdown. Are y'all good with the version of the story that the B-Man told there, or is there anything that anybody else would like to add? Again, from like the high level, we don't need to get into the specifics of the conversation, but
That's fine with me.
okay. Lady Amanita, with her hat on, her mushroom cap, will say, I guess be safe. If y'all need supplies, we will, of course, be able to get you some so that you can go out and make sure you are geared up for the journey. And then we will do our best to make sure that people are safe and aware that to not eat this specific type of mushroom. And we will do our best to gather them and keep them away from the people. And then she'll give y'all basically a like quartermaster slip for supplies. And then if y'all have nothing else for her, she'll send y'all out to go and investigate. Okay. And then
Good with me.
Yep, think we're good.
And then I think this will be a fantastic place for us to go ahead and end the session. We will be back in 2 weeks with session 15 as our players will enter tier 4 as they go ahead and take their level up. And as they dig into the next and potentially final portions of our journey until winter's end. And I'm trying to think about anything else I wanted to add there. I don't think I do. I want to say thank you, Emma, Rob, Tasha, Mike, Mayfly. Appreciate y'all coming and playing. Love the RP. Oh, I should also say, so of course, Emrys failed her role to give Marin a cool scar. And so the from the Carterize, it's a vague no regrets
Nice
scar.
Nice. No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets.
The worst.
No regrets.
It's like vaguely that letter shape as the wound heals and as it begins to take form. And so
I would like a redo at some point.
and so with that, for Locke, where can people find you? What are you streaming soon? Stuff like that.
You can find me over at twitch.tv/Locksteady, where I will be returning to Mio Memories in Orbit because I cannot stop playing the game. Over the weekend, I actually started a new save file just so I could play off stream because I'm enjoying the game that much. But I'll be doing that Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Friday, we'll be back for Marvel Rivals, which is actually heading into the Season 7 launch. We're going to learn who our 2 new characters for the season are, and we'll get our first one on Friday. And I'm very excited to find out if it's Black Cat or White Fox and what they're going to be. So, yeah. Fantastic, beautiful Metroidvania Mio on Wednesday, and then Marvel Rivals on Friday, both at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wait, are we daylight now? Or is it standard now? I always forget which way it is when it's jump.
It's
I don't know.
daylight.
Point is, it's Eastern time. That's the moral of that story. I need a nap.
Yep. But yeah, that's great. Hope people can go and check it out. And then Emma and I will be back next week, chatting geeky news right here on First Geek 411. And hope everyone can come and join us for that. But until next time, it's been a fantastic week. We will catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.